Damn, Simone Biles is 4'8".
Yeah, she's so tiny.
Holy shit.
Oh, dude. Okay, it makes sense that Elon wants to fuck her now. It's because he thinks she's a child.
Yeah, you missed. I nailed it earlier.
Man, Taylor, you would have probably thrown up if you heard what Pete said the other day. It was pretty disgusting. Yeah, like you might have just like blacked out. Joe was like talking about, oh, I think that's when Cromwell did something, and Pete was like, actually, I know exactly all my English, my European history.
Jesus fuck.
Cromwell was in the 1600s, something.
Well, first of all, if I hear a history fact that's incorrect, I'm gonna speak up. Second of all, my knowledge was because I know when kings were beheaded and by whom. Sorry, I knew that Oliver Cromwell beheaded the king. How many king beheaders do you know, John? Why don't you know any heroes?
I just like I can't if I'm reading European history, it just gets blurry and I can't really like read any of it. It's very hard to process any of the information.
I think Pete won this one.
I saw a tweet a bit ago that was like, remember 3 weeks ago when the Dems were gonna try and push a guy that couldn't talk anymore? It really is crazy how far we've come. I think people are taking the Nancy Pelosi jokes a little too far about how, like, oh, I was wrong about it, or stuff like that.
Yeah, no, you weren't.
Calm the fuck down.
Yeah, all right, you guys have had a little too much of this.
Just because she may or may not have finally done one thing kind of well, like, does not really change anything.
You guys start saying shit like that, and I'm going to second guess whether or not I think Trump winning's a good idea. If you go and you shoot up a Marvel movie and you get arrested after you kill a bunch of people at like a Marvel movie, should that not be treated the same way as a school shooting?
What do you mean by that?
The theater was full of babies.
Oh, so like you're saying, like, should it be treated more like a school shooting than it would be?
Yeah, like extra heinous because you targeted the innocent, the vulnerable.
Because you targeted people with undeveloped brains and all that.
Right, exactly.
That's a really good point. Yeah. No, I think there's something there for sure.
Okay, good. I'm glad you agree.
Yeah. What a fucking dipshit!
Alright, I'm ready.
I'm going up. I killed the guy up here.
Yeah, I'm going up too. Me too. We're doing the same thing.
Might need to cut a little bit of that, but... Or we could also just go in a different way. Oh, they put shit over here too. I got him covered up, so he can't get his buddy up easily. I'm gonna do this shit now too. Oh, he's fucked. Oh, you might be fucked too.
I'm fine.
I didn't realize you were in.
Quit your worrying. Alright, let's leave. Right now.
How are we so much better at defeating the strategy?
Because I know how to beat it now.
I guess the better question is, how does no one ever try to
just think about like every time that we've been owned, and like just do that. Yeah. Just zero fear. It's not going to work every time. Sometimes you're going to get your ass kicked, and what separates us from the babies is that we don't give a shit.
Yeah. The only place that I've liked the wings from was Popeyes, and it's just because their chicken's good, but also their wings kind of suck for a different reason, in that they're extraordinarily small, and like you don't get that many. I don't even know like how they make wings so tiny.
Capitalism breeds innovation, John. You should have learned that by now.
It did at KFC, I guess. Some of the shit they've come out with. The fucking double down or whatever.
Our scientists have been busy working in a lab for a decade to figure out how we can make the smallest goddamn chicken wing anyone's ever seen and still charge full price for it.
Jason Kelsey said that, like, because he's a center, you know, he was like, young quarterbacks nowadays are like too afraid to get their hand up on my like ball sack or whatever when I'm like getting, you know, when they're under center. And he's like, they're all like afraid. Oh, I don't want to be gay, and they're like afraid to do it. And he's like, no, you gotta get up in there. I gotta know you're there. You gotta get your hand up in there. I gotta feel your hand so I know where to throw the ball. Like,
that's so fucking great. Yeah, dude, you need to have your hand like tickling my prostate. I mean, I have no idea where you are, dog.
How am I supposed to know?
You're not fucking jerking me off to climax.
Yeah.
You really expect the ball to come to you?
I need to be at least half hard by the time the hike happens.
use my cock as a guide.
Yeah, we're going that way.
Damn, like Twitter
And
algorithm.
then you'd have
completely
like the guy on the other team scouting. He's pointing the dick in the left direction, and he's like on the microphone, like doing like a Houston Astros thing.
Yeah, it's play action. I saw people like an insane complaint about the USA-Serbia game. They're like, well, USA was getting all the calls at the end. And it's like, you guys were up 14 in the fourth quarter and you lost. It wasn't the ref's fault. I'm sorry. You fucking blew the game and sucked ass in the you deserved to lose. Like, if you watch the game, your team was not making shots. It wasn't the refs that were making your players play like dog shit in the last quarter. Like, they were afraid. They were scared. They were shaking in their boots because they fucking knew that LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry were unstoppable. And but people in the comments are like fighting like rationally with these Serbian fans online. I'm like, just say yes, we're America. The calls should go our way. We're better than you.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking? Like, of course the refs. Like, can you imagine the ratings with Serbia compared to the U.S.? Like, if you care about basketball, you should want the calls to go our way too.
That's the best way is like explaining to those people how everything is just driven by capitalism, and it's like, yeah, dude, it sucks.
Good.
The Blackhawks rate people, and then they just give them the #1 overall pick. First time much?
Yeah.
John's away from keyboard. He's terrified of what I'm gonna suggest to him when he gets back.
What game is he playing? The Evil Within? Do you know what that is?
No. I think it's about a game where you're trying to like repress like latent homosexual urges.
Damn, so he's got a leg up.
Yeah, John should be really good at that kind of game.
Did you hear the shit that happened in the NFL?
No.
What's that?
They preemptively already gave Josh Allen his first interception. They're like, we might as well get it out of the way. Isn't that crazy?
That is kind of crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
I don't know if I agree with that. Like, obviously you understand why they did it, but...
yeah.
Funny thing, I don't think John agrees with it either.
No, it seems kind of like bullshit. Just before the season starts. A little weird.
Rob, you see the Blues are gonna go to the Stanley Cup next year? Do you hear about that?
Because they're the only ones offer-sheeting people.
Yeah.
I can see that. I respect it.
This is how
It should definitely happen more.
this is how business used to be done in the NHL before the Blues. Oh, I suppose I won't take your boys. You got good boys over there. I don't want to take your boys from you. Oh, that wouldn't be nice, would it? Or however they talk. And finally,
If she does it again, I'm dauntlessing. Do it, bitch.
Yep.
It's always so fucking funny when you do it.
bro, I just found out how to use the PS5 browser.
I'm sure it's terrible.
Well, what's funny about it is you're not supposed to be able to use it as a browser at all.
I vaguely remember that.
It's locked.
Hearing
Like
that when
the
PS5
address
first
bar
came
is
out.
locked.
That's very weird. Yeah.
Yep, it is weird. I will say this though, there is a workaround. It's very, very fucking funny.
It involves YouTube, doesn't it, or something?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I vaguely remember this when the PS5 first came out.
I do remember hearing about this.
They didn't fix it.
Well,
That's very funny.
it was too funny to fix.
It is really funny.
But remind me again, because I don't remember.
You go to the network tab on PlayStation. You have to have like cookies and JavaScript enabled, but then you go to view PlayStation network status, and it will pull up a browser window that's locked. You're not allowed to change the URL at all.
Oh yeah, it was it?
And it takes you to PlayStation.com and just shows you that you're logged in on PlayStation.com or if PlayStation's up or something. It shows you the service status page of PSN, just saying that yes, PSN's up. But there's a link on there that says back to PlayStation.com for some reason. It's on there. You can click it, and then at the very bottom there's a follow us on social media, and then it's like X, Facebook, Instagram, and then YouTube. So you click on YouTube, and it pulls up YouTube. Then you sign into your YouTube account on YouTube, and then click on the Google account link where you can then go to Google.
Yeah,
So
I never thought it'd be actually this tight to have, like, it's not even amazingly implemented or anything, but just having a game with a typical wanted system, but the thing that chases you is just stormtroopers and their dumbass vehicles and shit. They have this, like, I've never seen it before. I assume it's probably an established, like, vehicle, but it's like this big, like, bus kind of thing. It's clearly like a troop transport just to like get a bunch of guys out, but it looks so fucking stupid.
Oh shit, 6 stars. The retard patrol's gonna be using Hellfire drones now.
Yeah.
That's my ride.
Nice speeder. Some scrap rats are outside trying to jack it.
What? Get out of my way. No one scraps my Jobin. I just got it modded.
That was dumb as shit. You get past the bouncer by telling him he left his lights on, essentially.
Yeah, or the car or whatever. That
He's
part was
getting
really
stolen.
dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Classic Ubisoft writing right there.
Like a Nickelodeon joke where he's like, oh god damn it, and then 5 minutes later comes back in, I don't even have a sunroof.
Yeah.
Why did that work?
That would have at least made it funny if they showed
If it was
him
that
coming
bad.
back. Like, yeah, him like coming back saying, "They're like, I don't even have that kind of car. What was I thinking?" God damn, Tim Pool might be. I don't know how much this is gonna have an effect, but he might be losing all of his fans right now. Oh my god.
It's so funny that somebody as dumb as he is, that is never, like, he is too dumb to, like, truly be a grifter. Like, he is grifting, but, like,
Yeah.
calling what he does grifting, like, gives him more credit than he deserves.
It makes
Like,
it sound like he's some kind of meticulous mastermind.
not even that. It makes it sound like he intends to be doing what he's doing. Like grifting is like what the Star Wars YouTubers do. Like, they might actually feel that way, but they know they're drumming up outrage to fit an algorithm. Like, they understand how the game is played. Tim Pool's is a fucking retard.
He's just a complete airheaded dipshit. Yeah.
And the fact that he could, like, get in serious trouble is so fucking funny because he doesn't understand any of this.
Yeah. Well, and he's like having to make like from 40 minutes ago, he's having to make all these tweets explaining how he didn't know the whole thing he worked for was Russian.
I think it's even funnier. He's saying that shit because
That's what everyone's pointing out. It's like, so you're saying you're too fucking stupid to know
what
who the
he should be
$100,000 you
saying.
were getting was coming?
That's not how you. This proves my point because a real grifter would immediately start talking about how this proves that the deep state is out to get them and that they were right.
Yep.
And instead, he was like, I didn't mean to work for Russians. And it's like,
no.
something like 80% of Germans over the age, or under the age of 40 speak English. It's called cultural victory. I don't know if you knew that.
That's right.
That's how you win civilization.
Although they're starting to push it with all this right-wing government that just won and shit like that. They need to watch
it's not
what they're
good.
doing. Yeah. We've seen this movie before.
We might have to put them down again. We'll nuke you guys this time.
Frankly, America should have just never given them, like, we should have just taken over their elections.
I know one thing for sure. If we end up having to nuke Germany, the anime that they make is going to be so much fucking gayer in 80 years.
Yeah, like, we're gonna have to nuke them and then keep an eye on them, like, to make sure they don't get too weird.
I mean, that was fucking... I mean, you celebrated 9/11 in the only way you knew how.
Mm-hmm.